Yes? It is cold in the sanctuary this evening. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, from Congregation Kolami in Salt Lake City, Utah. My name is Liz Page, and I'm a member here and a past president and member of our board. And I've been thrilled to raise my daughter in this congregation, and this is home for my family. So I want to welcome all of you to our Shabbat service. Rabbi Spector is on vacation, which is good for him. And so tonight, Miles Greenberg and I and my daughter Anna Hull will be co-leading tonight's service. And I feel a little set up. I'm going to be really honest with you. I feel a little set up because for the last 2 weeks, we've had guest cantors leading our services who have 20 years plus of experience, beautiful voices, are musicians, and that is not me. So just sing along, sing loudly. Sing louder than me from home. And let's just welcome Shabbat together tonight. For a few years, I had the pleasure of being the director of education at a Jewish summer camp, and a visiting rabbi talked about Shabbat services as a steady climb up a mountain, and that the Friday night was just beginning in the foothills and beginning to climb, and that by the time we got to the Torah service, that was when we were at the top of the mountain and looking out. And so tonight, let's start our steady climb up the foothills of our Shabbat by singing together, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. We're going to sing it 3 times, and we're going to start off slowly, because when you begin a hike, if you start off fast pace, you're never going to make it. And so we're going to start off slowly and climb our way up the mountain. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam Aveinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Let's pick up the pace. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Let's go. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. This song, Salam, or Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, is a song by Moshe Ben Ari, composed while in the Israeli band Sheva, and it is sung in Hebrew and Arabic, and has gained popularity in Israeli folk music. And Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu means peace will come upon us yet. It's an upbeat song, that became an anthem associated with attempts to create a peaceful end to the Arab-Israeli conflict. And tonight, with our Torah portion, Ki Tisa, we're going to be talking and thinking about ways that we can cross the divide between people. And so now we're going to turn to our service, page 142, and together sing Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei HaYom, Mi Melech Malachim Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaYom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaYom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zerchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaYom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And I'm going to call up Miles Greenberg to lead us in Lecha Dodi on page 138.
Let's try a Mizrahi tune here. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishmianu el miuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'shem tiferet utihila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh machshavat techilat. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. We're skipping to verse 5 now. Itorri, Torri, Kiva orech kumiuri, Uri, Shir daberi, Kvod Adonai alaich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Verse 9, please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, Toch emonei am segula. Boi chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Page, we're not doing Sadiq Katamar. Come on up.
Thank you. Please turn to page 140. You may be seated. So we're going to go to the indented part of the page to sing Sadiq Katamar. Sadiq Katamar Yivrach Ke'erez Balvanon Yizgei Shetulim Bevet Adonai Bechatrot Elecheinu Yafrihu Odyenu Besheva Desheni Verananim Yihu Lahagid Ki Shahar Adonai Suhuri Velo Azlatabo. That was shaky. All right, let's turn now to page 144. I'm going to invite my daughter, Anna, up to join me in leading Hatzi Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash meraba v'yamad divrachute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael bahagala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'alamu me'amaya Yitfarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalao shmei t'krusha brihu le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram b'yama v'yimeru amen. Okay, I'm cavelling. Okay, let's turn to page 146 for the Barchu. Please stand. Be seated. Anna, would you come up, please, and read for us an alternative reading on page 149.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Please join me on page 150 for Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amachahavta, Torah u'mitzvot hukim mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, v'shachbenu v'kumenu, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה, ואהבת אל תסיג ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Please turn to page 152 for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. V'ahavta on page 154. V'ahavta את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מידיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Thank you. Miles, would you come up and lead Mi Chamocha, please? La 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 la
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora te'ila osefele, nora te'ila osefele. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 ya la 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai la 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe. Ze Elianu v'yamru, ze Elianu v'yamru. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. ונאמר כי פדת אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We're on page 160. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Hapore Sukkot Shalom, Hapore Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Shamru, on page 162. Please rise for Shamru. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם יעלי ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי Shabbat Vayina Hafash. Yeah. What's the next one? For Yamidah. Are we doing it silently or what? Normally we do it silently. Okay. Yamidah could be found on page 164 through. You gonna do it? Okay.
So please turn to page 164, and we'll begin the Amidah together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanara, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh ha'akol, v'zocher hasdei avot v'imachot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, leman shmo b'yahava, melech ozer u'mashiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'izrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayeh hakol atah rav lehoshia. Moshiv haruach umorid hagashem mechalkel chaim bechesed mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim somech noflim verofech oholim umatir asurim umekayem emunato Lishanei afar michamocha ba'el gevurot umido melach melech memit umechayeh umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kdoshim b'chol yom yehalalu chasela Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. Please continue silently until page 180. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Oseh shalom bimrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, imru, amen. Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Please turn to page 371 for the Misha Berach. And though Shabbat is a time when we refrain from petitioning, we keep these friends and members of our congregation in mind who are in need of healing. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. Tonight we remember Aharon ben Avram, Esther bat Malka, Gitolea bat Mashachana, Michael ben Maya, Shaul Mordechai ben Chana, Yisrael Iser ben Moshe, Yahshua David ben Shaul, Mordechai ve Esther, Ethan Allison, Lorene Berry, Denise Doblin, Will Goldman, Sylvia Gray, Al Heitman, Sharon Hobbs, Sandy Kahn, Sharon Katz, Megan Magleby, Jamie Manson, Tyler Matthews, Janet Morley, Shari Pedersen, Cheryl Rothenberg, Gary Rubenstein, Ina Sable, Penny Spector, Angela Stephanie, Linda Stern, Dustin Wallace, Lorene Weiss, Judy Wolf, Margie Woodruff, the Jolly family, the Greenberg family, and the Crowell family. And let us sing Misha Berach on page 371. Misha Berach avotenu, Makor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach imotenu, Makor habracha lahavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. So this Shabbat's Torah portion is Ki Tisa. And Moses is on Mount Sinai, and the people are below. And while Moses is up talking with God, God makes clear some of who's going to do what. And he says very clearly to Moses that Aaron and his descendants will forever be the priests, which is a pretty remarkable statement. this is not going to Moses. You would think there's no guarantee of Moses' descendants having leadership of the Jewish people after this moment. But Aaron is given this responsibility. Bezalel is also given the responsibility. Gifted with artistic ability by God, is assigned the duties of crafting all of these things for the Mishkan. And he's given assistance. And they too are imbued by God with incredible artful skill. And as the portion goes on, it shifts. Because God and Moses are hearing something down below. And as the reader, our attention shifts down to the Israelites, who don't know where Moses is. Where is he? He's been gone for days, and they're scared. And they go to Aaron, looking for an answer, and Aaron says, "Give me your gold, the gold from your ears. Give me your gold." And he casts it into the fire, and out of it comes the golden calf. What happened? Well, the people were scared. And when we are scared, we turn to our leaders. But if our leaders are also scared and don't lead us by listening and saying, "What are you afraid of?" then we all go down a terrible path. And unfortunately, the price that the people paid was severe. Moses came down and smashed the commandments. Moses then employed the Levites to join him to get rid of all of those people who had rebelled against God by creating an idol, something that they were familiar with from Egypt. And they slaughtered 3,000 people. And then God, even though Moses had talked God off the brink of devastating and eradicating all of them and choosing another people, God then responds with a plague. Sound familiar? When people act out of fear, when their sense of safety and security is challenged, they make unfortunate choices. And they are often willing to make choices that make them feel safe rather than choices that are effective in dealing what is actually threatening them. And once these choices are made, it is hard to go back. And what it seems to me as I read this portion is that all of the leaders, Aaron, Moses, even God, failed to pause, to take a breath, to lean in, and to listen. If we are going to come to a place of understanding one another, if we are going to come to a place where we bridge the divides in our society, we have to stop, take a breath, lean in, and listen to one another. Let's not act out of fear. Let's not get so scared that we become entrenched in our own positions. Let's pause, take a breath, and listen to one another. And when we do that, and we truly listen to understand one another, then can we truly be a Kehila Kedosha, a holy community. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Danny Berman, our executive director and former two-time president, yes, he's insane, would you please come up and do our announcements?
Thank you, Liz. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to thank Liz for leading services tonight, and Miles as well, leading services, a great Devar Torah as well. So just a few announcements while Liz mentioned that Rabbi is out of town on a well-deserved vacation. I'll fill in and do some announcements. So welcome the Congregation Kolami, a congregation for all our people. Tomorrow morning, Cantaloupe will be leading services. Please join us at 9 a.m. Tomorrow night, we continue our Saturday Night Live series. It's been really fun. The community gathers. As Liz mentioned, we had Cantors visiting the last 2 weeks, but you'll find 70, 80 of your friends online on Zoom. Tomorrow night, we do it at 7:15. We'll begin with Havdalah, but we have a really special lineup for performances as well. The Bergman family is new to town, and we haven't had the opportunity to greet them, in a true Kolami manner. So we're going to introduce them tomorrow night and welcome them, and their daughter Sammy has graciously agreed to perform on tuba, and we're really excited to hear her play. In addition to Sammy, we are also thrilled that our own esteemed conductor, our maestro, Joel Rosenberg, will be joining us on viola. And Kolami master of all trades and multi-talented musician and teacher, our own David Asman, the Scotch guy, will perform on clarinet. Leading us in Havdalah tomorrow night, the Aguilar family. The entire family will begin with Havdalah and lead us in 2 Ladino songs as well. And we have another special performance. David Asman's son Nathan will also be joining us. Special last-minute addition to the lineup tomorrow night. So please join us. You need to register in advance, so please look for the links on the website and in your emails. Passover is just around the corner, the end of the month. So our kosher for Passover sacramental wine sale is going on now. You can place your orders online, arrange for a curbside pickup. Urge you to put your orders in early. We started the sale about a week ago, and it's moving quickly. Second night of Passover this year, we'll be joining with the Har Shalom community and have a virtual second night Seder with Rabbi Levinsky and Rabbi Spector leading that service on Sunday, March 28th. Rabbi arranged for a very special opportunity this Sunday. The hit show Fauda will have their stars available for a Zoom on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, March 7th this Sunday at 2 p.m. Register in advance for that one too. Our programming is picking up and active. Just want to remind you that Rabbi is leading Intro to Jewish Life. We have Advanced Modern Hebrew with Jana Zamir, virtual study sessions with Rabbi Wenger and Faye Lincoln, and just after Pesach, we'll be beginning beginner Hebrew classes. So check online for those dates and times. And the light at the end of the tunnel seems to be happening. People are getting vaccinated. We're getting excited about coming back. And the Israel trip that was postponed last year will be occurring this December 21 to January 2nd. Join Rabbi Spector on that trip, and you can register online for that as well. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Lenu can be found on page 586. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gedula leotzer breshit shelo asanu ki haratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'go aleinu kechol amonam v'anachnu koim ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. You want to say anything or?
We'll be turning to the Kaddish on page 598. When we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Tonight we remember Harris Appleman, Blanche D. Arnovitz, Nora Board, William Bruce, Lucy Mimi Kraus, Eleanor Stein Doctorman, Ezra Erickson, Lawrence Essig, Renee Green, Hertha Green, Gruber, Sophie Lair Gus, Barbara Halpin, Ben Hayden, Victor Cassell, Martin Kaufman, Alex Kellen, Barbara Kramer, Sophie Milstein-Lebowski, Barbara B. Levy, Suzanne Lindau, Coleman Lipman, Nettie Mednick, Samuel Movitz, Sophia Pevsner, Sol Pomerantz, John Pritz, Alida Kesner, Renato, Margaret Reuben Resser, Paul Rogoff, Marion Ruback, Daniel Edwin Buddy Sable, Carrie Saunders, Judge Herbert Schiller, Elise Schneider, Simon Shapiro, Ida Scher, Raymond Schlier, and Ruth Silverstein. We are in Shloshim tonight. We are remembering Evian Tran, mother of Arnie Tran, Robert Prodis, beloved congregational member and husband of Sue Prodis, Laura Reese, grandmother of Zach Katz, David Kahn, son of Sandy Kahn, Betty Jean DeBell Spickard, sister of Fran Lappin, Gloria Etta Sussman, mother of Emily Bauman, Svetlana Kopitkovsky, spouse of Leonid Kopitkovsky, Scott Jolly, and Jenna Salvati. And
The Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, can be found on page 598. Please rise if you are in mourning or observing a yahrzeit or wish to rise. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivrach yortei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agalav zman kariv yimru amen. Yesh shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקדושה ברכו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. יש שלום רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. הוא עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
And we're going to end our service as we began it by praying for a time when peace will come upon us. O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu, O Jevo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Shabbat Shalom. I hope you continue to climb the mountain of Shabbat by joining us again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for services. Wishing you all the best. Stay healthy.